At long last, the Game Hunter is back. Let's get this going. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. This is the show where I go game hunting as well as show pickups that I add to my collection and give you tips and tricks on how to best get deals for your collection. I am Chris. We've been doing the show for a while now, and unfortunately the last few years we've had to take some, I would say, unexpected hiatuses. I've had some issues in the past. Thankfully, the most recent one has finally been resolved. So I first off, before we get started with anything else, want to thank everybody who's stuck with this channel and stuck with me over the past several months especially. Things were not good in my life pretty much from August until now, which is mid to late March of 2024. I had to quit a job because I wasn't performing well and would have gotten fired regardless. And then I was unemployed for several months. I started a new job that wasn't paying me nearly as much as I should have been getting, and I hated. But I only took it because it was the only job I could find. And then I finally got a new job, which I really enjoy, I'm getting pretty good at, and pays me well and gives me good benefits. So I think it all came around full circle. It's just funny that, since I've started trying to work from home, this job is the first one where it not only is it the best pay rate I've ever had, but I get commission and benefits, and it's the one I feel the best about out of all the other jobs I've had. So that's fantastic. But yeah, it's been a great experience. If you want to hear more about my new job, if you want to check out the main channel, BigCTV, I go into a little more detail on that on This Week with Big C. So check that out. But the big thing is, of course, I'm back. I can go game hunting again comfortably. I don't have to worry about paying my bills. We're back. So I picked up a couple things from Amazon, and I've got another order coming in hopefully this week. It might be next week. Who knows? From VGP. So we'll go over those when they come in as well. But we're going to start off with a couple pickups from Amazon, and both of these I think were pretty solid. This one completely caught me off guard. So if you remember the last episode, I picked up a couple amiibo that were out of print for a long time and just randomly got reprinted. So I picked them both up, and those were Banjo and Kazooie and Joker from the Persona series, from Persona 5 specifically. There was another one that came out, which for a long time was ridiculously expensive. And it's, the fact that I got a new one of these for retail is really cool. So naturally I had to pick it up. I'm not fully decided whether I want to open this one. The other two, because they're Smash Amiibo, I figured I'd open them. That way I can use them in Smash. I don't know about this one. I probably should, because the main reason why you want it is it does some really cool stuff in certain games. But we'll see. We have the Wolf Link Amiibo. So this is, of course, Link from Twilight Princess. They made an amiibo of it, and it does some cool things in Breath of the Wild, does some cool things in Tears of the Kingdom, and I think a few other Zelda games as well. But yeah, Wolf Link, pretty awesome. Getting it brand new for retail is excellent. So very, very happy to add that to the collection. Then we have a game that literally just came out, and it was on my radar for a while, but I had some people at work convince me, you know what, just get it when it's new and when it's like super talked about. That way you can kind of be in the conversation. So I'm like, you know what, sure. So I got Dragon's Dogma 2 on the PS5. I've heard really good things about it. Obviously, there's the microtransaction controversy, where they have a bunch of microtransactions, even though it's a single-player game. But those are apparently pretty avoidable, so I'm okay with that. But this game looks really good. I've heard good things. It looks fun. I haven't played the first one, to be fair, but I don't think you need to necessarily play this one. So, and I got it on PS5 mostly because the Xbox version was sold out, or it would have shipped until like April. And I figured, you know what, I could always use some more RPGs on the PS5, so I got it on PS5. But yeah, that's the start. There's going to be more coming in. So this episode's going to be kind of a pickups episode. Let's go to the next part of our journey, where not only will I have some more pickups, I also might look a little different. Hello. It is another day, and I've received another package of pickups, and this one was from Woot. And I actually made this order after I recorded the first clip, so I wasn't originally planning on getting this, but Woot was once again doing another gaming sale with some really good discounted games, so I figured I'd snag a few. Now, if you don't know what Woot is, it's kind of like Big Lots for Amazon, I think is the best way to describe it. Basically, they just take, it's owned by Amazon, and they basically just take products that I guess are not selling, and they heavily discount them. But they make them limited quantities, and they can sell out even if they're in your cart, so you kind of have to check out quickly. So I went through their gaming section and found 3 games. I basically paid $30 for all 3 of these, and they're all brand new sealed. So we'll see how good they are, but I think they were pretty solid pickups. So the first one is a game that I'm curious about. We'll see how it plays, but we have Wild Card Football on the Xbox. It's a arcade football game, kind of reminiscent of like NFL Street back in the day. It's licensed by the NFLPA, so it does have actual NFL players in it. We'll see if it's any good. I'll have to try it out, but this was like $7. So I'm like, you know what? Even if it's garbage, I might as well give it a shot. Next, we have a game that looks interesting. I mostly got it because it looked pretty cool and it's got an interesting concept, so I figured I'd give it a shot. That is Gourd on the PS5. So this kind of looks like a Diablo-esque game, but I guess there's some city building elements to it, so I'm not really sure if it's like an RPG or an RTS. But it's also got some deluxe edition stuff in it, so that's kind of cool. But it was $10, so I'm like, yeah, sure. Cool sounding game, might as well grab it for $10. And then the last game, and this one I actually wanted to get when it came out, and I'm glad I waited because it came out, I think it was 30 or 40. And I didn't have money to buy it at the time, so I didn't, but I got it on Woot for 15, and I think 15 is a really good price for it. We have Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons on the Xbox. It is a roguelike beat 'em up with tag team action. So it's based on, of course, the classic Double Dragon games. You tag in and tag out different players, and it's got roguelike elements in it, and you can play co-op. So I'm like, you know what? That sounds like a fun game to pick up, especially if I could get it cheap, might as well snag it. So there you go, 3 more games, brand new to add to the collection, alongside the ones I already picked up. And now I'm just waiting on my last package, which I'm not 100% sure when it's going to arrive. I'm hoping it'll be here by Saturday, ideally, but we'll see what happens. All right, well, my final package has arrived. It's time for the final recap. I'm going to go over all the new stuff and, of course, the values of everything I've already revealed. So this group of games is from VGP, Video Games Plus. It's one of the online retailers I frequent because they not only tend to have some pretty decent deals, but they also are able to bring over some games that might be a little harder to find in other stores. Especially if you're looking for like limited run games, they often just have some in stock and you can just buy them directly from VGP. So I got a grand total of 5 games from VGP, and they were all pretty solid pickups. Several of them are on sale, and 2 of them are actually limited run games. So we're going to start off with the Commandos Double Pack on the Xbox One. This is a double pack of RTS style games that came out on the PC a long time ago, but they remastered and brought them on console. I mostly got this because this was on sale for $9 on VGP, which is a pretty darn good deal. So I was pretty happy with that. But yeah, I paid $9 for this, and it's worth 40, I think. Yeah, 40 bucks for a brand new sealed copy. Didn't know this game was that expensive, but hey, there you go. So 40 bucks for that, and you only pay 9. That's pretty darn good. Next up is a game series I've heard lots about. It's been going for a while. I've never played any of them, but I got another one for a really good price. And that is Siberia, the day before the 20th anniversary, 20-year edition on the Xbox Series X. I think it's an adventure game. I've heard good things about it. I think I have Siberia 3 on Xbox One, but now I have this one, which is the newest release. This one's another good one. I only paid $9 for it, and it's worth 25. So honestly, of all the VGP games, this is worth the least. But it's a cool collector's edition, comes with a book and some other cool stuff. So I figured, you know what? Might as well grab it for $9. Next is a game that I'm excited to have, but my roommate is more excited than I am, because he absolutely adores this series, and I like it, and I will definitely play this one when I beat the first one. Well, technically it's not the first one, it's the 7th one, but you get the gist. It is Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth on the Xbox. So this is, of course, it's Yakuza 8 or Like a Dragon 2, I don't know. They changed the name of the franchise, so I've heard good things. I've heard very good things about this game, and I actually got it on sale for $37 US, which is really good for this game. It hasn't really dropped that low, and it's actually worth $61, so this one has some really good value. Next, we're going to Limited Run Land, where I picked up a couple limited run games, and I think they're both pretty solid pickups. Those are Gargoyles Remastered on the Xbox One. This is a remaster of the, I believe, Sega Genesis game based on the 90s Gargoyles series from Disney. I've heard it's a good game. Figured I'd snag it because I like the show. So I paid, how much did I get for this? 44, and it's actually worth 79. So that's a good pickup there. The other one, this isn't the one I'm the most excited to get a physical copy of this series, but I figured I would because it's the only one that VGP had at the time, and that was Persona 3 Portable on the Xbox. So this is the PSP version of Persona 3 that was ported to current consoles, and now I have a physical copy. My goal is to get all of the Persona games physically. The one I'm really waiting for VGP to get their hands on is Persona 4 Golden. I don't have that one. I have the Vita version, but I want an Xbox version. And then, of course, I have 5 on both PS4 and Switch. And then the goal is to get Persona 3 Reloaded on Xbox as well. So, but yeah, I paid $44 for this one, and it is worth a very nice $69. So, pretty good pickup there. Now we're going to go to Woot, where I picked up 3 games for pretty darn cheap prices. And again, I did well in terms of the value. We'll start with Double Dragon. Gaiden, Rise of the Dragons on the Xbox. It's a beat 'em up. It's got roguelike elements. It's based on the classic Double Dragon series. I paid $15. This one is worth $31. So again, basically a double up. Next is Gourd on the PS5. It's a dungeon crawler / base building type game, I believe. It looks interesting. It's the deluxe edition. I paid $10, and this one is worth $24. So again, another double up. And then this was the super cheap game, and that is Wild Card Football on the Xbox. It's an arcade football game made by the same people who made it's Saber, the same team who made NBA Playgrounds. I've heard mixed things, but I figure for the price I paid, I might as well give it a shot. I paid, I think, $7 for this one. $7 and it's worth $24. So, a nice triple up there. And then my last couple things are from Amazon. The first is Wolf Link. The Wolf Link amiibo. Pretty hard to find amiibo. They reprinted it. Now I have a brand new sealed one that I got for retail, which is fantastic. Paid $15 for this. It's worth $37 brand new. So that's pretty awesome. I might keep this one in the box. And then last but certainly not least, we have Dragon's Dogma 2 on the PS5. It's a new release game. I heard really good things about it. I did try it for a bit. It's pretty cool for what I've played so far, but I'm very early, so I can't give a full judgment. But I'm excited to dive a little bit deeper. This one, it's brand new. I paid $70. It's worth $70. But that's it. So, yeah, we got a nice collection of new games from a number of different retailers. Some really good stuff to add to the collection. Both new release, limited run, cheap, and an amiibo that I'm really excited about. So, yeah, I think overall this was a very, very solid haul, and I'm very happy to add it all to the collection. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, that way you know when new videos drop. We're going to try to release episodes of this series a little more frequently. Still not going to be every week just because of how things are. I mean, I work most weeks and I'm not going to go out game hunting every single week anymore, but you know, I'll try to do stuff when I can. But yeah, it should be more frequent now that things are good again in my life. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.